the Trump economy. It's booming, and by any measure, our economy is roaring. The Labor Department today ignited the stock market with its report on April's unemployment rate. That rate dropping to 3.6%. That is the lowest unemployment rate since December of 1969, an almost half-century low. 263,000 jobs added in April, blowing past the projections of 185,000. Wall Street amazed. And in the Oval Office, the president today clearly elated with the news.
Our country is doing well. Never probably has done as well as it's doing right now economically. And so we're very proud of that fact. We have an economy that maybe is the best economy we've ever had.
Indeed, this runaway Trump economy has the radical Dems and the left-wing national media reeling, and left only to their lies, of course, and their denials. By way of example, the Washington Post ran this headline yesterday, just hours ahead of today's Labor Department report. Quote, Trump faces string of setbacks to his efforts to intervene in the U.S. economy, end quote. The Post, in conjuring up that article, the Post had to ignore a mountain of positive data on the economy, including first quarter economic growth, 3.2%. Last year's economic growth rate, 3%. Now, Speaker Pelosi also lamely today tried to discredit these numbers, saying, quote, the April jobs report numbers show some promising news, yet these gains hide the true weight of the economic uncertainty felt by millions of hardworking Americans. Really pathetic. Pelosi ignoring the 3.2% average pay increase over the past 12 months, the growth of our middle class, a middle class that shrank under 8 years of President Obama. Americans are prospering across the board. In April, female unemployment dropped to 3.1%. That is the lowest unemployment rate for women since 1953. Latino unemployment down to 4.2%, a record low for Hispanics. Asian American joblessness matching a record low of 2.2%. Unemployment for Iraq and Afghan war veterans. Are you ready? A record low of 1.7%. The president's performance is simply, truly historic. Bringing good-paying jobs back to this country, the American worker once again prospering. And so are our families. Joining us tonight, Herman Cain, business executive, former Republican candidate for president. Herman, great to have you with us. And I am delighted to see you. What do you make of these numbers, this economy? We're talking about a president who has added $9 trillion to the stock market. $9 trillion.
Lou, I am glad that you shared these numbers with the public. The Democrats' denial all starts with the denial that President Trump won the presidential election. That fueled Trump hate. That fueled more Democrat denial. And that fueled more Democrat lies. They don't want to recognize these numbers because they in no way want to give this president credit for having the policies and the leadership that has generated this era of prosperity that we are enjoying now. And so they continue to be in the state of denial. But the good news is that I hear from a lot of people as I travel, the people that support Trump and are looking at results, they are not being deterred and they are not abandoning ship. We must stay the course, and I believe that this administration is going to stay the course.
All right, this administration has already set the course, and the future that that this president has envisioned from the moment he decided to run for office is clearly within our grasp. What he has accomplished is historic. There is no president in his first 2 years in office who has come close to this president's performance on the economy, on a host of other achievements. Let's turn to you mentioned the denial of the radical Dems. We are now at a point, it's clearly a point at which this president has been vindicated by the special counsel the Democrats tried to savage. I mean, it was absolutely outrageous what they did to the radical Dems, to the Attorney General of the United States, William Barr, and preposterously doing so as if they weren't lying through their teeth, that they hadn't been lying to the American people about this president, about collusion, about obstruction, about anything that they could conjure up again. We're talking about 2.5 years of lies, and they're trying to call the Attorney General a liar as they twist the truth and distort reality?
The Democrat lying started back with Obamacare. Remember all of the promises we were made about Obamacare, and none of them came to fruition? Secondly, now we know that Obamacare is an abysmal failure. They lied about that. Now they want to try to put the blame on the Republicans and the president. That's simply not going to work. And then trying to demagogue and destroy the credibility of Attorney General Barr is the only lie they have left. And that's not going to work.
Would you,
I talk to people all the time.
Let me just ask you, I mean, would you, if you were going to savage someone, accuse him of lying when he was speaking the truth straightforwardly, had done everything in his power as a new Attorney General to be transparent and to deliver the report, I think perhaps the least redacted report from any government agency I've seen in a very long time, and accuse him of lying and distorting reality? I mean, as we watch Maxine Waters with her nonsense, we watch Blumenthal, Senator Blumenthal, continue to try to. He is so filled with bile. I don't understand how they wheel him into a Judiciary Committee hearing. It's extraordinary to watch the performances. Senator Hirono of Hawaii.
Yes.
Who are these people? We watched them with the Kavanaugh hearings. The left has become a gang of liars, conspirators, and much, much to answer for.
The only word that can describe their reaction is the word desperate. They are desperate to try and do something to discredit this president and now the Attorney General. That's the only way you can explain it. But my optimism lies in the fact that the American people who understand the results are in fact staying on the Trump train. That was a poll by CNN of all people.
Yeah, we need to give
your competitor.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because we need to give CNN credit. They reported that 56% approval rating on the economy, the highest that they had ever seen.
They had a hard time saying that, but they had no choice.
That's a change.
This was from a poll that they basically orchestrated. Right. And so it says to me that the American people are not stupid. Most of the American people are not gullible. And it also says that the Democrats' strategy of lying and denying is not going to work with the American people long term.
It's at an end, and Congressman Cohen hurried that end, I think, with his stunt yesterday. Herman Cain, as always, it is great to see you. Also, we want to give
Lou.
Great to see you. We want to give some credit to the New York Times too for the first time, it seems, in a very long time, acknowledging and reporting reality.